Welcome to another edition of the CS Podcast, where you can hear interviews with special guests such as
Dale Buchanan, Tom Waddle, Pierre Desir, Brent Berry, Ed Werder,
and many others.
Too big, too strong, too fast, too good.
So be sure to subscribe and tune in to the CS Podcast on YouTube at youtube.com/ChristianRE722.
Did you not get the memo?
That's www.youtube.com/ChristianRE722 for great interviews. Be sure to check out the CS Podcast.
You are ridiculous.
Welcome back to the CS Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Shanafelt, and I'm now joined by 2015 NFL Draft prospect, standout linebacker out of Concordia University in Ann Arbor, Michigan, Takari Johnson. I appreciate you taking some time to chat today. Takari, how's everything going?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm excited to be on this show with you. Took us a while to connect, but we're finally talking.
Yeah, man, I got to say it's an absolute pleasure to get you on, and let's go ahead and get right to it. I just want to start this interview off by throwing out the fact that Concordia's football team is still relatively new. Your first year in 2011 was actually the first year of the football team's existence. So coming out of high school, why'd you decide to attend Concordia University and play football for the Cardinals?
I actually didn't go to Concordia out of high school. I went to Saginaw Valley State University. Unfortunately, it didn't work out there. I ended up transferring out after my sophomore year, which landed me at Concordia in 2012. But, man, I came for a visit. Everything about this place just felt like it was home, and I absolutely loved the place. From the campus, from the professors, from all the sports teams that were on campus at the time. It just felt like a place where I wanted to be, and I've been here, and I've enjoyed my time here.
Now, I see, obviously, over the last 4 years, you've had a ton of success. I mean, you're able to see the field right away. Throughout those first 2 years of your collegiate career, you put up 123 tackles, 16.5 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks, and an interception, along with 7 pass deflections and 6 pass breakups. Obviously, a very impressive stat line for those 2 years. How were you able to have the success that you had early on in your college football career?
Well, it was kind of like a learning experience for me, you know what I mean? Because when I got cut from Saginaw Valley, I didn't even know if I wanted to play football. You know, my football was there in my heart, but I was kind of like, do I really want to play? So I just kind of just went out there and just like, you know, just tried, and just because my mom wanted me to play football. So, you know, when it comes to my success, man, I just, when it's time to play football, I'm in it 100%. You know what I mean? I'm flying to the ball. You know what I mean? When my name is called to blitz the quarterback, I'm going straight to the quarterback and getting him down. So that's kind of my game plan.
I see as a junior in 2013, you had career-high numbers. I mean, 150 total tackles, 21.5 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks, along with 1 interception, 1 forced fumble, and even a blocked kick. That season, you were able to get a victory against Alfred State. What was it like to get that first victory as a Concordia Cardinal? And what were your expectations for this past season, knowing that it'll be your final go-around as a college athlete?
Well, the first victory, it was such an amazing feeling. Like, all the weight has just, like, lifted off of my chest. And I feel like it was that same way for all the seniors on the team, or the juniors and the seniors and everybody on the team, actually. I mean, it was great for the school, great for everyone who knows about Concordia.
Yeah, because that Alfred State victory was not only your first victory as a Concordia Cardinal, but the school's first victory in the history of the college football team.
Yeah, we went over the previous 2 years, so it was about time.
Absolutely. Now, with the success that you had that junior season of yours, I'm not sure that anybody really thought that it would really be possible for you to follow that up with an even better season, but that's exactly what you did. The way you were able to just dominate this past season, I got to say, something I've never really seen before. You were able to record 194 total tackles, 39.5 tackles for loss, 15.5 sacks, 7 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, and 2 blocked kicks. I mean, I've never really seen a stat line like that, and I'll tell you what, those stats are definitely backed up by the tape. You were named Defensive Player of the Year as well as voted to the AFCA NAIA All-American First Team, and you're also a finalist for the Cliff Harris Award. I mean, it does not get any better than that. Now, with all that being said, how exactly would you describe this past season, and what do those accolades mean to you?
This season has just been amazing for me. Like, beyond all the stats, what means the most to me is we getting our first conference victory against Olivet Nazarene. You know what I mean? If I can replay that moment again, that was definitely one of the greatest moments I've ever been a part of. Now, getting back to the stats, I had a lot of expectations for myself, and I didn't want to disappoint anyone who's been following me. So it was very important for me to be successful on the field this year and just try to do what I can to crush my numbers that I had last year. Yeah. And then I also was second in the nation in tackles last year by one tackle, and I was very disappointed in myself because I wanted that. And that's one of my goals every time I step on the field from the first day of camp.
Do you ever look at the people that record the stats and say, are you sure you guys didn't miss at least maybe 6 tackles so you don't hit that 200 mark?
Oh man, I do it after every game. We watch film and I'm like, Coach, you sure I didn't get that tackle right there? You know what I mean? I'm checking on them, but everything is accurate. All the tackles that I did get was recorded.
Well,
there was no boost in tackles. A lot of people think they boosted my tackles, but it's legit.
Well, I mean, it was an absolutely stellar season out of you. What is it that allows you to always be around the ball, making plays with your high motor always on? I mean, when I watch your tape, it seems like you're always, you're always around there. And of course, like we said, the stats will definitely back that up. But it could be the first play of the game or the last play of the game, and you couldn't really tell because it looks like your motor is always running. I guess what I'm asking is, how exactly were you able to dominate the NAIA level?
Well, I get jealous when I'm not a part of a play. You know what I mean? When I see my teammate make a tackle, I'm happy for him. I high-five him, but I'm mad that I wasn't a part of that play. So, I pride myself in making sure I'm around the ball every single time the ball is snapped. You know what I mean? And that's one of my attributes is I pursue the ball pretty well. So you rarely see me not around the ball. So that's kind of how I get a lot of my tackles is from just great pursuit, that's what our coach teaches here is great pursuit.
Hey, it certainly shows. Once again, Chris Schanfeld talking with 2015 NFL draft prospect Takari Johnson, standout linebacker out of Concordia University in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Now, when I say 2015 NFL draft prospect, what goes through your mind? I got to think that the NFL has always been a dream. When did you realize that there's a possibility that it could become a reality?
Well, every kid has that dream when they're playing little leagues, playing NFL. But honestly, my really hope and the idea of me actually playing in the NFL didn't come till after my season last year. You know what I mean? I really didn't think I had the skills, to play in the NFL. But I worked at it over the summer, this past off season. I worked last season. I worked this season. I worked my butt off to get where I am, and it feels good just to know that I have an opportunity to play in the NFL.
Well, Takari, I know that you were invited to the NAIA Senior Bowl in Myrtle Beach. Is there any chance that you ended up participating in that? And if so, can you just tell us about that experience?
I did. I went to, I got invited to that, and I did play in it. It was a great experience to play against people at different levels and different talents. We didn't come up with the victory, but I did earn Defensive MVP for the NAIA, so that was a great honor for me.
Hey, what else is new, right?
Yeah.
Well, I know that there isn't many NAIA guys that are in the NFL, but I'll tell you what, there is a ton of talent in the NAIA. I mean, I've spoken to a handful of guys out of the NAIA, and of course, they're looking to achieve their dream and play in the NFL like yourself. Over the last 4 years, who would you say is the best or most impressive player that you've had to play against? Is there anybody specific that sticks out?
Well, there's a few guys who've been pretty good, but the Marion running back from Marion, he's probably been my arch enemy for the past 4 years. He's a pretty good running back. We've met in the hole a few times.
Obviously, when you look at your stats, they stick out. They stick out like a sore thumb. What would you say is the biggest or most memorable play that you've made throughout your college football career? I know there's been many of them, man.
Oh, man. Oof. Biggest play. Well, the one I remember the most is it was against Anderson University this past year, and we were down and needed the ball back, and I came in with the just speed off the edge, blitz. I got to the quarterback. It was about like a 20-yard loss, and I put our offense in position to score again. That was probably one of my greatest moments this year. We ended up winning the game too, so that was the icing on the cake there.
That's what it's all about right there. Once again, Chris Schanfeld talking with Takari Johnson, 2015 NFL draft prospect out of Concordia University, here on the CS podcast. And Takari, what do you feel is your biggest strength as a linebacker?
My speed, definitely. My speed, and I can time up blitzes very, very well.
All right. How about a weakness? I mean, is there anything specific you've been taking some time to improve on during the off season?
I got to work on not getting so jealous when I'm not around the play. That's my biggest weakness.
Hey, man, well, I mean, it seems like you're always around the play, so it doesn't sound as if you're jealous too often. I mean, what, maybe once, twice a game? I mean, you're always there. Now, is there anybody currently playing in the NFL that you might compare your game to?
I don't know. Probably, I'm thinking like someone newer, probably like Anthony Barr. Plays for the Minnesota Vikings. He's a pass rusher, but he can play in the box.
Now, let's say there's an NFL general manager listening to this very interview. Let's say I give you a minute or two to sell yourself. Why should he want linebacker out of Concordia University, Takari Johnson, a part of his team?
Because I'm a hard worker. On the field, off the field, I'm not going to be a cancer to the team. I'm going to be the one that's going to uplift our team, even uplift our coaches. I mean, I'm the guy who doesn't give up on the play. You know what I mean? If you need a sack, call a number, and I'm gonna get you a sack.
Well, you've certainly seen a lot of success at the college level. Has it sunk in yet that you've played in your final college football game and that the next time you play will be in the pros?
It hits me every once in a while, but I don't think it's fully sunk in yet. You know what I mean? Like before I came to talk to you, I was walking past the weight room and seeing our younger guys in there lifting, and I almost shed a tear. But I mean,
well, of course,
it's exciting.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, like I told you, man, I couldn't even imagine being in your shoes. And, of course, the NFL draft is now less than 2 months away. What's next for you? I mean, are you training anywhere? Do you have any idea when and where your pro day or pro days will be at? I mean, can you just tell us a little bit about where you're at as of right now?
Well, the draft is 58 days away. I got the countdown on my phone. But this coming up Saturday, I'm participating in the regional combine in Chicago. And then my pro day is most likely going to be at Eastern Michigan University, which is down the road from our Concordia University. And then from there, I just keep doing my part, keep training. I have an agent, so he's on his job. All I can do is do my part.
Any specific numbers that you want to hit at your pro day or that regional combine that you mentioned?
I'm hoping to get a 4.5 in the 40. You know, that's what I pride myself on. You know what I mean? Be kind of disappointed if I get any more than that or a higher score than that. But, you know, it seems like the 40 is very important to a lot of people.
Right.
So.
Well, you mentioned that, you know, your speed is probably your biggest strength. Do you have any idea what the fastest 40 time that you ran?
I ran a 4.59 about 8 months ago.
All right. Any chance that you've been able to speak with any scouts or have any idea what they might be saying about you?
Yeah, we have a few scouts who we've contacted. You know, they said I'm a pretty good linebacker. They like what I can do. Just stay doing what I have to do. You know, stay in the weight room, stay working out, test well at the combine, and I should be all right.
Well, Takari, that's all I have for you, man. I really do appreciate your time. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Definitely wishing you nothing but the best throughout this process. Congratulations on a very successful college football career. Do you have anything else for us before I let you go?
Well, I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you. For all those who are listening, who are looking for a college, you know, don't be afraid to look at Concordia University, Ann Arbor. I mean, they're a good school. Football program is on the rise.
Well, Takari, once again, thank you very much. Best of luck and take care, all right, man?
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.